Bellevue is a city in the Eastside region of King County, Washington, United States, across Lake Washington from Seattle. As Seattle's largest suburb, Bellevue has variously been characterized as an edge city, a boomburb, or satellite city. The city had a population of 122,363 at the 2010 census. Prior to 2008, downtown Bellevue underwent rapid change, with many high-rise projects under construction, and was relatively unaffected by the economic downturn. The downtown area is currently the second largest city center in Washington state, with 1,300 businesses, 45,000 employees and 10,200 residents. Based on per capita income, Bellevue is the sixth wealthiest of 522 communities in the state of Washington. In 2008, Bellevue was named number 1 in CNN Money's list of the best places to live and launch a business, and in 2010 was again ranked as the fourth best place to live in America. In 2014, Bellevue was ranked as the second best place to live by USA Today. The name Bellevue is French for beautiful view. History and growth. Bellevue was founded in 1869 by William Maidenbower and was officially incorporated on March 21, 1953. Prior to the opening of the Lake Washington floating bridge in 1940, Bellevue was a rural area with little development. Although it was small, developers were pushing to change that. In the 1920s, James.Ditte predicted that it would become a city with a population of 200,000. He envisioned plans that included the bridging of Lake Washington and an area filled with golf courses and airports. His map with these visions was published in 1928. Once the Morrow Memorial Bridge opened, access from Seattle improved, and the area gradually grew into a bedroom community. Following the 1963 opening of a second bridge across the lake, the Evergreen Point Floating Bridge, the city began to grow more rapidly. It has since become one of the largest cities in the state, with several high-rise structures in its core and a burgeoning business community. The city experienced a building boom during the mid-2000s, with the building of developments such as Lincoln Square and the Bravin. Reflective of Bellevue's growth over the years is Bellevue Square, now one of the largest shopping centers in the region. Opened in 1946, the mall underwent a significant expansion in the 1980s. More recently, an expansion along Bellevue Way called The Lodge, and the new One Lincoln Tower promised to strengthen downtown Bellevue's role as the largest Seattle.As Eastside shopping and dining destination. The city's long-term plans include the Bell Red Corridor project, a large-scale planning effort to encourage the redevelopment of a large northern section of the city bordering the adjacent town of Redmond, patterned after what many civic leaders consider the successful redevelopment of the downtown core. Early plans include superblock mixed-use projects similar to Lincoln Square, premised on the 2008 approval of the extension of Link Light Rail to the east side. The city hopes to mitigate transportation problems impeding earlier efforts in redeveloping the downtown core, viewed as an economic development opportunity by many in the business and building development community. The process has focused on infrastructure and the encouragement of private construction in a large-scale urban renewal effort. Geography. Bellevue is located at 47.6 degrees north, 122.2 degrees west, 47.6 minus 122.2. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 36.47 square miles, of which 31.97 square miles is land and 4.50 square miles is water. The city's name is derived from a French term for beautiful view. under favorable weather conditions. Scenic vistas of the Olympic Mountains and Cascade Mountains can be viewed from hilltops within the incorporated city. The city lies between Lake Washington to the west and the smaller Lake Sammamish to the east. Much of Bellevue is drained by the Kelsey Creek watershed, whose source is located in the Larson and Phantom Lake Greenbelt and whose outlet is near where Interstate 90 meets Lake Washington's eastern shore. The city is bisected by Interstate 405 running north-south, and the southern portion is crossed from west to east by Interstate 90. The State Route 520 freeway roughly delineates the upper reaches of Bellevue. South of I-90, the city continues up Cougar Mountain, at the top of which lies is an unincorporated King County location called Hilltop. To the west of Cougar Mountain, Bellevue includes the Coal Creek, Somerset, and Factoria neighborhoods. Bellevue is bordered by the cities of Kirkland to the north and Redmond to the northeast along the Overlake and Crossroads neighborhoods. Across the short East Channel Bridge, I-90 connects Bellevue to Mercer Island to the southwest. Issaquah is to the east, down I-90 at the south end of Lake Sammamish. The city is also bordered to the west by the suburbs of Medina, Clyde Hill, Hunts Point and Yarrow Point. The south end of Bellevue is bordered by the city of Renton, and to the southeast, the relatively recently incorporated city of Newcastle. Cityscape communities within Bellevue include Bellecrest, Bridle Trails, Crossroads, Eastgate, Cougar Mountain, Anatai, Factoria, Newport, Northeast Bellevue, Northwest Bellevue, Sammamish, East Bellevue, Somerset, Sunset, Tam O'Shanter, West Bellevue, Westlake Hills, Wilburton, and Woodridge. Climate: Bellevue has a mild oceanic climate. It also has frequent rain showers. Surrounding cities transportation: Bellevue is the main Eastside hub for both the local transit authority, King County Metro, and Sound Transit, the regional transit system. The Bellevue Transit Center, which serves both Metro and Sound buses, is located in the heart of the downtown business district and is connected to Interstate 405 by an E6th Street and a direct access Texas-DHOV ramp. Local buses run into Kirkland, Redmond, Issaquah, Renton, and the University District. Regional buses go to Bothell, Linwood, Everett, Seattle, Renton, Kent and Auburn, among other cities. The East Link light rail line is planned to run from Seattle through Mercer Island and Bellevue before ending in Redmond. A measure including this and other regional road and transit projects went before voters on November 4, 2008 and was approved. However, the financial uncertainty of the area's other numerous transportation projects reflect the political fragmentation of the Puget Sound area. What is becoming apparent are the increasing costs associated with the central Puget Sound's regional transportation infrastructure. The Bellevue City Council lobbied hard for Sound Transit, a regional transit authority, to construct its light rail line underground through Bellevue's rapidly growing downtown. Bellevue promised to devote between $104 million to $150 million toward a potential tunnel in the form of cash, services, free access to rights-of-way and one-time tax revenues that result from the East Link project. In November 2011, the council signed an agreement with Sound Transit. Tunnel construction is scheduled to begin in early 2016, while the remainder of downtown Bellevue construction will begin in mid-2017. Bellevue City Council member Claudia Balducci is a member of the Sound Transit Board of Directors. The City of Bellevue has undertaken an extensive Bel-Red area transformation process which seeks to plan some 900 acres in the northern portion of the city, all of which is premised on the extension of light rail to the east side under Sound Transit 2. The top-down and highly integrated land use and transportation planning is similar to earlier planning for the downtown. Bellevue was also served by a railroad, a Burlington Northern branch line known as the Woodinville subdivision, which included the historic Wilburton Trestle. This local freight line was the subject of debate over whether to rail bank the line and construct a multi-purpose trail. As of March 2009, the Port of Seattle had to postpone its acquisition of the corridor because of instability in the bond market. As of 2016, the line is disused. However, part of the track bed at Wilburton Station will be reused by Sound Transit's light rail construction. The city once had an operating airfield named Bellevue Airfield. Government and politics. Bellevue has a council-manager form of government with 7 non-partisan council members elected at large for staggered 4-year terms. The city council selects a mayor from among its members, who serves as council chair but has no veto power. As of 2016, the mayor is John Stokes and the deputy mayor is John Chelmeniak. The mayor administrates council meetings, helps set the issues on the council's meeting agendas, and serves as the city's most visible spokesperson. While operational authority is held by the city manager, who operates the city's day-to-day activities, the city manager is also elected by the 7 members of the council and not by popular vote. Education. Bellevue is home to Bellevue College and City University of Seattle. The city hosts the Bellevue School District. There are 4 main public high schools: Bellevue High School, Interlake High School, Newport High School, and Sammamish High School, as well as 2 alternative high schools, International School and Big Picture School, which opened in 2011. Newsweek's 2015 ranking of U.S. public high schools placed Interlake at number 359 and Newport at number 391, with both schools noted for equitably helping low-income students meet average scores on standardized tests. Portions of Bellevue also lie within the boundaries of Lake Washington School District, Renton School District and Issaquah School District. The Jewish Day School of Metropolitan Seattle is located in Bellevue, serving students from pre-kindergarten to grade 8. At the elementary level, Bellevue is home to several Montessori schools, the Eastside's only Waldorf education at 3 Cedars School, as well as Bellevue Christian School. The Seattle Japanese School, a Japanese weekend supplementary school, holds its classes in Bellevue. Economy. With its immediate proximity to Redmond, home of Microsoft, Nintendo, and Valve Corporation, and direct highway access to Seattle via Interstate 90 and State Route 520, Bellevue is now home to the headquarters of many small and large businesses, many of which are technology companies that started in the 1990s. The city has numerous thriving commercial districts, including 3 major shopping centers aside from Bellevue Square: Factoria Mall to the south, Crossroads Mall to the east, and the Overlake Shopping District in the north. Demographics. According to a 2012 estimate, the median income for a household in the city was $88,073, and the median income for a family was $104,839. The per capita income for the city was $48,719. In 2006, Bellevue was rated one of the 25 safest cities in America, based on the per capita incidence of violent crime. 2010 census. As of the census of 2010, there were 122,363 people, 50,355 households, and 32,145 families residing in the city. The population density was 3,827.4 inhabitants per square mile. There were 55,551 housing units at an average density of 1,737.6 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 62.6% white, 2.3% African American, 0.4% Native American, 27.6% Asian, 0.2% Pacific Islander, 3.1% from other races, and 3.9% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 7.0% of the population. There were 50,355 households, of which 30.0% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 52.9% were married couples living together. 7.6% had a female householder with no husband present. 3.3% had a male householder with no wife present, and 36.2% were non-families. 28.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 8.4% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.41 and the average family size was 2.97. The median age in the city was 38.5 years. 21.2% of residents were under the age of 18, 7.6% were between the ages of 18 and 24, 30.8% were from 25 to 44, 26.5% were from 45 to 64, and 13.9% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 50.1% male and 49.9% female. 2000 census. As of the census of 2000, there were 109,569 people, 45,836 households, and 29,060 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,375.8 per square kilometers. There were 48,396 housing units at an average density of 607.7 per square kilometers. The racial makeup of the city was 74.33% white, 1.99% African American, 0.32% Native American, 17.39% Asian, 0.23% Pacific Islander, 2.54% from other races, and 3.19% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 5.32% of the population. There were 45,836 households, out of which 27.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 53.0% were married couples living together. 7.5% had a female householder with no husband present, and 36.6% were non-families. 28.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.9% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.37 and the average family size was 2.93. In the city, the population was spread out, with 21.1% under the age of 18, 7.8% from 18 to 24, 32.6% from 25 to 44, 25.0% from 45 to 64, and 13.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38 years. For every 100 females there were 98.4 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 96.6 males. The median income for a household in the city was $62,338, and the median income for a family was $76,868. Males had a median income of $56,456 versus $37,124 for females. The per capita income for the city was $36,905. About 3.8% of families and 5.7% of the population were below the poverty line, including 5.7% of those under age 18 and 6.3% of those age 65 or over. Culture. Recurring cultural events. Bellevue is the site of the popular annual Bellevue Arts and Crafts Fair, held since 1947 at the end of July. The biennial Bellevue Sculpture Exhibition draws thousands of visitors to the downtown park to view up to 46 three-dimensional artworks from artists around the country. In celebration of its strawberry farming history, Bellevue holds an annual strawberry festival. The Bellevue 24-hour relay has also been hosted every July in Bellevue Downtown Park. Places of interest. The Bellevue Arts Museum first opened in 1975, then moved to Bellevue Square in 1983. In 2001, the museum moved into its own building, designed by Stephen Hull. The museum subsequently ran into financial difficulties and was forced to close to the public in 2003. After a lengthy fundraising campaign, a remodel, and a new mission to become a national center for the fine art of craft and design, the museum reopened on June 18, 2005 with an exhibition of teapots. The Rosalie Y.L. Museum of Doll Art, now closed, contained one of the largest doll collections in the world, more than 1,000 dolls displayed on 2 floors of a Victorian-style building. The Kids Quest Children's Museum is located in Marketplace at Factoria. The museum's primary visitors are mothers and caregivers with children from pre-crawlers to 12 years of age. Its 10,000-square-foot space houses play and discovery areas, exhibits, offices, educational activities and classroom space. Near Interstate 405 is Maidenbauer Center, a convention center that brings corporate meetings and charity events to the downtown area. Maidenbauer also includes a 410-seat theater which attracts operas, ballets, and orchestral performances. Sports and recreation. Since the 1970s, the city has taken an active role in ensuring that its commercial development does not overwhelm its natural land and water resources. Today, the Bellevue Parks and Community Services Department manages more than 2,500 acres of parks and open spaces, including the downtown park and the Bellevue Botanical Garden, as well as several playgrounds, beach parks, and trails. More than 5,500 Bellevue residents participate in volunteer activities through this department annually. Bellevue is home to the American Basketball Association team, the Bellevue Blackhawks. The Blackhawks in 2005, despite being ranked 13th in the league, made it to the championship game in front of 15,000 fans in Little Rock, Arkansas. The team has been inactive since 2006. Notable people: William S.A., President and CEO of Alaska Airlines; James Love, Director, Knowledge Ecology International; Rob McKenna, a former Attorney General of Washington; Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft; Timothy Omenson, actor; Larry Sanger, Wikipedia co-founder; Ann Wilson, co-founder of Heart; Nancy Wilson, co-founder of Heart; athletes, coaches, and sportscasters Tim Lincecum, John Nola, Dave Niehaus, broadcaster for the California Angels and Seattle Mariners, recipient of the Ford C. Frick Award. Chuck Swirsky, longtime broadcaster of the Toronto Raptors. Matt Haig, professional baseball player, first base for the Toronto Blue Jays. Russell Wilson, professional American football player, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. Sister cities. Bellevue has the following sister cities: Hualien, Taiwan; Yao, Osaka Prefecture, Japan; Kladno, Czech Republic; Liepāja, Latvia.